Welcome to another episode of EMS and Bowling. I'm your host, Mike.
And it's me, Abby, back again. Would you consider ever changing that intro?
Absolutely.
It really sounds like an ambulance crashing, which I guess is like kind of
that's
a
our
vibe.
life. We just crash hard all the time.
Anyways, we're here with another guest.
Yeah, what's going on, Mel? How are you?
I am fantastic. How are you guys?
Oh, just wonderful. So I don't even know. You got me with the whole intro thing. I'm like trying to think now.
No,
like,
this is exciting.
What's wrong
Mel,
with our intro?
I feel like I've worked here a while and I don't know that much about you.
I'm pretty mysterious.
Yeah.
So we'll start out with our hot take that we always do. I'm going to go with, I think strawberry ice cream is the best out of every ice cream flavor ever.
It is good, but I think it depends.
Yeah.
You know, I think that shitty strawberry ice cream it's bad.
I like Edie's slow churned soft ice cream, strawberry ice cream.
Oh my God, you bougie motherfucker.
I am so
Oh
bougie.
my God.
And it's got like 1/3 less calories.
That's like so.
That's not what we're eating ice cream for.
Well, that's true.
But, okay.
And I definitely need less calories though.
Well,
Don't let what that one regular said or didn't say motioned get
She
to you.
motioned. What's your hot take, Abby?
This is gonna make some people mad.
I love it.
I think that the people who are always like, oh, haha, my trauma made me funny, such a dark sense of humor, are failing to acknowledge that they're just oversharing and then people are laughing because they're uncomfortable.
Okay.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
No, I
That is
agree
a
with
really
you,
good one.
actually.
I mean, like, maybe somebody's listening and they're like, no, I genuinely find it funny. And that's great. Don't let me tell you what to find funny, but that's my opinion.
All right. I like that one. Mel, what do you
No,
got?
that's a good hot take. I think mine would be, and I don't know, maybe you guys won't think this is a hot take, but I think that voice messages are the worst way to communicate. I hate that. Just text me.
Right.
Like if you send me a long voice message, I'm just not gonna listen to it. Probably.
Are you talking about like voicemails? Or
No, like
when someone like
memos.
records
No,
a message?
Mike, like a whole thing. Like we're texting and then you have a long thing to say and you record yourself.
Yeah, that's terrible.
I'm not gonna listen to it.
Imagine recording yourself for a long period of time on an audio format.
Right. We only do that once a week.
I
but-
have a lot of people that'll send those to me. We have a coworker here that actually does that a lot too, and I just won't listen. I'll respond and say I'm not listening to that.
That's crazy. Hopefully they don't listen because I'll probably know who they are.
Oh, he knows. I don't.
Okay.
I don't mind receiving them. I'll listen to it, but I'm not sending one back.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, I'm typing it out.
Yeah, I've never sent one of those, and I think that's probably worse than a voicemail. And I hate voicemails. I do not listen to my voicemail. So if you call me and leave me a voicemail, I don't listen to it.
You know what's the worst? Like a surprise FaceTime. People who do that, like,
Oh, I will
that's
never,
crazy.
ever
I never
pick
pick
that
it
up.
up. Yeah,
Dude, my son does that all the time.
I hate it.
All the time. I'll be like, "Oh, my son's calling me." I look. It's like I'm like, "Oh shoot!" don't do that.
A surprise phone call is already a little spooky, but like I'll pick it up. But like a surprise FaceTime, forget about it.
I'm gonna randomly FaceTime you just for the hell of it.
I won't pick up.
I
I
know.
just told you I'm not gonna do it.
It would just be funny though.
I won't pick up phone calls either. Like ever.
You actually just can't ever
I
contact
actually
Mel.
don't want to talk to people ever.
Right.
Actually, I will text you, and that's the only way we can communicate.
Just text message and email
Yeah.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
All right, so let's get into Mel. Where are you from?
I am from Rochester, New York. So
Oh, the big city of Rochester.
the Rock, yeah. Yeah, I am from there. I guess I lived there when I was younger, and then I grew up in a suburb around there. And then I'll just keep going. And then I went to college, and then I moved to Colorado for a couple years, and now I'm back in New York.
What'd you do in Colorado? It's pretty cool out there.
I worked at a hospital, a very, very rural area. It was like not what you're picturing at all. It was like corn and pig farms and flat. I think the mountains were like 3 hours away, so it was not beautiful Colorado by any means. It was really cool, but it was like not my jam. So I was there for a couple years because I moved out there with an ex, and I ended up getting my EMT out there because I was super bored. And the hospital I worked at offered an EMT course, and I was like, that sounds like kind of cool shit. So I did that.
Did you work on an ambulance out there?
I did, yeah. So I took the EMT class, and then they had this like, I guess it was a volunteer paid service. So I worked my regular job at the hospital, but I could just be on call for like ever because there was like one call a day or something. So I would just be on call for like 24 hours, 7 days a week.
What did you do?
Tons of money.
What did you do at the hospital?
I worked I started in just like admissions, like a very simple admissions job. And then I kind of worked in like the billing office, and I did honestly super boring stuff. But like I like a little bit of everything. I did like accounts payable, I did payroll, I did some coding and billing, and
it's like clinical stuff.
Yeah, like
medical.
stuff I hated a ton. It was just like there weren't a lot of jobs out there, this tiny town, and I just was like, I applied there and got in, and it was just something to do. So that's when they offered the EMT program, I was like, this is more up my alley. It's something exciting. So that's where I got into EMS, very rural, BLS, crazy agency in the middle of nowhere.
Is there a huge difference between that agency and this one?
Yeah, well,
Like obviously,
yeah.
obviously this is a lot busier. But like, did they do anything different out there that like we don't do here? Or, like, are EMTs allowed to do more, or are they not allowed to do less? Like,
no, they weren't. I mean, I think the scope of EMTs was pretty similar. What was different is that, so it was a BLS agency. Our closest ALS was the hospital. And our hospital was like not a trauma center, not really much of anything. And so like often we would get the patient to the hospital and they would fly them out to a bigger hospital, like very regularly. Like a helicopter was like usually waiting at the hospital for us. So we would have the crazy, crazy calls. Like I had patients where you were just like on your own, BLS provider in the back of the ambulance. You just had a driver up front and you were like, this person coded, and you're alone as an EMT getting to the hospital just for like anyone to help you.
that's crazy.
It was pretty scary.
So what brought you back to Ithaca or this way?
I miss New York a lot. This is where my family is. We ended up moving back here, and then I just applied to. I ended up really liking EMS, and I was like, I would do this job full time if that was a possible. I guess I didn't really know a lot about it. I was like, do people do this full time? Like, could I do this as a job? And
When are you going to get a real job, Abby?
It's only ever for fun.
Right. It's not a real job.
So I applied. I applied to a bunch of places like around central New York, and I had visited Ithaca a little bit when I was in high school. I think to like cliff jump or something. And
I feel like doing that sometimes
yeah,
here.
you know, I know in a different way now, not in such a happy way now. Yeah. And yeah, I got hired here, and I thought I got hired in a couple different places, like offered the job, but I thought Ithaca was really cool. So
Do you still like it here? Would you stay here for like your entire future? Would you just stay here?
Unlikely. No. Would I stay here for my entire future? That's like such a long time.
That is because like I have no
none of us
plans.
actually know how long that is.
That's crazy. Yeah. I
Like
guess.
I've lived here my whole life, and I'm 40-something years old, and I still don't plan on being here for the future.
Would you stay here your entire future, Mike?
No. No.
You ask some people, and the answer is yes.
Oh.
Like, you know?
Yeah, no judgment there. I don't know.
I mean, like when I retire, I'm definitely being like the typical like old person retired like in Florida. I want to do that now, but I can't.
By the time you retire, Florida might not be around anymore with the way the world is going. That might be
Right.
underwater.
I think
might
it's
not be an
California,
option.
right?
No, I think
Florida too.
I think it's everything along the
yeah,
coast.
all the edges.
Is it gonna be like too many people move there, so it just like
It's
sank?
sinking.
Like, is that how it's gonna go?
Yeah. You don't want to be in the nursing homes around here that we go to
No,
all the time?
No,
Oh.
not at all. There's only one that I would actually want to be in. So
I think that if we collectively all pitched in, we could get you into a mediocre one.
yeah, we got a couple years for that though. Like let's.
A couple of years.
Well, we got to start fundraising now.
That's right. So we'll put our Venmo in here. Just send me some money.
Go
for
fund me.
for my retirement home that we're talking about. Jesus.
Yeah, the good ones around here are very expensive.
Yeah, and I had nothing to do with Cornell, so I'm not going there.
Is there a nursing home with Cornell?
There's the nicest one.
Yeah.
The bougiest one.
Right.
Oh,
There's like 5 buildings.
I don't know.
Inside
so.
it just is like a beautiful
We go there
mansion.
all the time.
No, I guess I'm just not aware that that's okay. Well, you're not going there, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Okay.
The other one has a pool though, So I'd like to go there. I like swimming.
Oh yeah, the pool is like on the second floor.
That's
Like,
weird.
Yeah, it's strange.
That one's not nice.
No, we're not talking about that one though.
Okay.
Anyways, we gotta stop. We gotta stop because we can't say the
just
names
keep-
of them.
yeah.
All right.
So anyway, in this week's episode, we're just talking about nursing homes.
Mel, but you're not. So you're not a full-time paramedic anymore. What do you do now?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm a case manager at another establishment in the area. I don't know what we're allowed to say. I work at another
You can
place.
say whatever you want to.
Whatever I want
Yeah,
to.
that's fine.
Okay. Anyway, so I work somewhere else. I'm a case manager I guess it's kind of like a medical facility. They do acute care, a little bit of primary care, and they do MAT, medication assisted treatment, for patients across all of New York. So they have a medical aspect too, but I actually don't work medically for them. I just do case management with a very specific population of people who are, I would say that they have some sort of criminal justice involvement based on their circumstances, like poverty, substance use, mental health, stuff like that. So I help people who have like a history in the system and try to help them get out of that, break that cycle.
I imagine that you also see them while you're here.
I do.
Working this job. What is that like?
It's actually it's interesting. It usually goes pretty well. I think like everyone I've met at that job, not everyone, but a lot of them recognize me, and they're like, "Where do I know you from?" And some of them are like, "Oh, you Narcaned me." But I have a good relationship with all of my clients. I have a very small client base. It's like 20 people, and I work with them very closely, and they all. Like, we all get along very well, and they know me, and they all know that I work here on the weekend. So they're like, oh, but I don't see you over the weekend. Like,
Right.
that kind of thing.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, and then, like, I'm just familiar with not just my client base, but, like, a ton of people that we work with at that facility. And so, like, when I'm here, we run into a lot of them all the time. And they'll be like, I'll see you over there during the week. You know.
So just out of curiosity, what is the percentage of people that actually you help get out of the system, or not just you in general, but the other company you work for? Like, does it actually work?
Oh, okay. I was like, you want me to drop a number? No, I have like a percentage.
No, like, but does it actually like work? Like I know like the problem that we have here and other areas. I mean, it's a huge problem.
Mm-hmm.
And like, does this actually work? Like, do people actually get out of the system?
Yeah. I would say, I mean, it's not like all the time we're having a huge ton of big successes, but there's a lot of little successes. Like, there are definitely people that get out of the system. Like, we have some people, my coworker that also works in my program, he is someone who is like, has been sober for a good period of time now, is going back to school, like just got her kids back, is doing really well. And we have a few stories like that, but I think a lot of them are like little successes too. Like, I have some people that are like, have cut down their substance use significantly, or they're like actually connected to mental health care now and on medication. Like, we have this young kid who's 21 who like hasn't been on the right meds for a long time, is like really deep in opiate use, and we just like got him connected to a mental health care provider, and he's on the right meds, and he's like, I haven't used in like 3 weeks and I feel really good, and like, thank you so much. And so like stuff like that, where it's not like, maybe it's not always long term, maybe we come back into the cycle at some point, but like we have a lot of little stuff like that, and we do have some people that like break out, and that's always really cool.
Yeah. I have a coworker at another agency that I worked for, and they went from pretty much being at rock bottom, and now they obviously do EMS for a living, and because they've seen what happens, and they're doing amazing. And to watch them, and I knew them when they were in rock bottom, so to watch them go from there to where they are now, it blows my mind.
Yeah. No, it's always a good feeling to talk to some of the people who are like, you know, I started working there like 3 years ago, and like, you know, maybe now there's a couple people that I can think of that are like no longer even use our services, have like moved away, but are like, I'm doing so much better now. Like, you guys were a huge pillar in me even getting better. And then I have some young kids too who I work with pretty closely, who are like really struggling in the system, homeless, whatever, but they're like trying to figure out what to do with their lives, trying to get it together, and they're like, do you think you can get me into like an EMT class or something? Like, I would love to do that. And I'm like, no, don't do that.
Honestly, though, like, I feel like people that have, because the person I was talking about, I do know a few other people that have been in the same situations, but I feel like people that come out of that situation and do EMS end up becoming very good providers.
Yeah. No, I mean, they definitely have some real life experience, and I
Yeah.
think that's huge.
And that's one thing in EMS that like goes well when you have a real life experience with something and you can help people get out of that, try to help people, you know, like you can become a really good provider because of that.
Yeah. You have some more empathy for it because you lived it.
Right.
Yeah, which we don't. Sometimes we don't have that here, which I get. I totally get. Not hating on anyone.
Do you find your job not more impactful, but more rewarding? Because I feel like when you're a paramedic, you're kind of treating a symptom versus your other job where you're actually like addressing the cause.
I find both of these jobs very rewarding in different ways. I also find that they're both really, really hard in different ways. Like people are like, oh, is one easier? Are you like, do you get less burned out at one? Like both in their own ways are just really hard and also really rewarding. Like here as a paramedic, you're making like real time life saving, you know, not always, but like serious things happening in the moment, making huge impacts on people. The other job, I'm making more long term and sometimes like not successful, but it's like a really long term thing. So I don't know. That's not a really good answer, but not more or less, just different at
Sure,
both jobs.
yeah.
So one thing I love to learn about our guests is like you told us that you worked at a hospital before when you were out in Colorado, but have you done any other jobs? Like I worked at McDonald's. Abby was a barista. Like, is there anything that you did in like that kind of realm of stuff?
I actually am going to relate to here. I also worked at McDonald's.
Oh my God, I can see that. Actually.
I
really?
can't see that at
Oh,
all,
you
no.
can? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
interesting. So when I was in high school, I was just trying to get a job, and I applied there as a joke. Yeah, and then they offered me a job right away, obviously, because, you know, they're like, I don't care who is applying. And I worked there, like most of high school and then a couple of summer breaks when I came back from college. And I think that is truly where I learned to talk to people.
Right.
Because I don't like people very much.
I totally understand because like McDonald's opened me up. Like I definitely learned how to talk to people, like coworkers and customers.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, EMS is customer service.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it's different customer service, but like some crazy shit at McDonald's that I was like, oh yeah, I definitely learned how to handle those situations. And
McDonald's opened me up is a crazy line, by the way.
I was thinking that too.
Insane.
It's like, oh, it did.
What was your favorite thing to do at McDonald's?
Was there a
Drive-
favorite?
was it
Like, was there a
drive- yeah.
favorite?
Yes.
Yeah, there was.
Yes. Hold on. Yes. No, I can tell you the worst thing also. But I mean, once you get good enough, once you progress,
Right.
you can like be in the grill.
Right.
And then you
Cooking
can
meat?
cooking meat, but like putting the sandwiches together, and that becomes like that's a fun thing.
It's a race the whole
it's
time.
fun because you're
Yes.
like, you got a line of people. I don't mean like up front, but I mean like in the back. You got the person cooking the meat, the person like putting stuff together, you're putting the patty, and it's fun. I really like doing that. But the thing I hated doing was being in the drive-through taking orders. And the way that our McDonald's was set up was like the person taking orders was in the back by themselves. And like
It's always cold too.
It's
Like
so cold. I was
and-
thinking like in the winter, they're like, put this giant coat on, you're wearing gloves, you have to take change, and you're alone. And when you're not doing anything, you're making Happy Meals.
Right.
And go
Yep.
fuck off back there.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay.
So-
it's awful.
When I worked there, I don't know if it was the same when you worked there, but when I worked there, we had the 59-cent cheeseburgers on like Mondays
I'm
or
not
whatever.
that old.
Yeah.
No, I'm not that old.
Well, I mean, they were on sale on Mondays. Anyway,
Why do
maybe
you
it was
still
Tuesdays.
remember all of this?
But what you were saying about making the sandwiches, like we would literally get orders of like 40 or 50 like
Yeah.
cheeseburgers, and just to like race to see how fast I can get them all out was awesome.
No,
Like,
it was
that was
fun.
awesome. Yeah, it was so much fun.
This is not relatable to me at all. I can't believe you're like, no, this was fun. All of my jobs like that, I fucking hated.
I mean, it was a whole different ball game back then, though. Like, people were nicer. Like nowadays, like you work at McDonald's, people are just freaking mean to you. Like,
Yeah,
and I feel like back then people were nicer. Like they really cared about life.
There was
Now,
also
nobody-
such a wide range of people that worked there. It was just like my first exposure to like a lot. Like I definitely had people who were like in jail that worked with me
Right.
at some point, and like, you know, you're in the back with like some dude who got out of jail, just like making burgers as fast as you can. You're like, this is so fun.
Right, and you're
I'm like
some high
15. I'm
schooler.
like, I don't know.
yeah. No, I totally understand it. I'm pretty sure my night closer was like a really bad person, but he was a hell of a worker. Like he was great.
Yeah. So I don't know. That was fun. I think I worked at McDonald's. I worked at Subway for like one summer. That
Sandwich
sucked.
artist.
No, that was 10 times worse, honestly.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I did a lot of like soccer coaching and reffing.
That's pretty cool.
Those were my jobs. I
Wait,
think.
did you play soccer in high school? Because
Yeah.
that makes sense.
What? Why? Why?
Just saw the vibe.
No, I didn't at all. I just like to ref.
I just like
never
a
done
coach
this
and
before.
ref. I just like kids.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
All right.
Next subject.
You're leading this, Mike.
What the f?
Anyway,
I don't know if we can leave that in there.
I was talking about coaching kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Let's circle back to EMS.
Okay. Good.
You've been a paramedic for a while. What's a crazy story that you have? Like a fun one.
A fun one.
anything. It could be fun, could be bad, could be whatever.
Okay. My story that I tell people when I'm trying to when I'm like, this is my paramedic story. This is like the craziest shit. I was in paramedic school. I was riding as whatever, like with my preceptor, and we got a call for one of our common apartment complexes, and it was like person down on the stairwell. Like it was like outdoor stairs in between apartments. Person down on the stairwell, unknown, unknown anything else. And we're like, okay, whatever. And we get there, and everyone's inside the apartments. There's a person just like kind of laying on the stairwell. They're like conscious, and they're not talking, and they're just like staring at us. So I'm like, I have to lead the call because I'm the paramedic student. I'm like, hi, ma'am, what's going on today? And they're just like looking at me like dumbfounded. I'm like, all right, I don't trying to figure out what's going on. I realize she's like bleeding from like multiple places.
Surprise.
And then we realize that she's got like major slash marks on her arms, stab wounds to her leg, her abdomen, and she's just like staring at us. And I'm like, all right, this woman's in shock. And we suddenly go on alert mode. We're like, this woman was attacked. And we have the police there, we have the fire department there, fly cars there, and we're all like, okay, and people are starting to come out, and we're like, we need to get out of here. We don't know who attacked this woman. She's down, just staring at us. And I remember the fly car medic went into the apartment door that was open right next to us, and he came out and showed me a picture on his phone, and there was a steak knife on the ground and her tongue.
What?
That is the most insane thing I've ever heard anybody say ever. Oh my God.
So he's shows it to me, and I put all these pieces. I'm like, oh, she did this, to herself.
Damn.
So we're like, okay, we got to go. We have a helicopter in the air. We're like, we got to get her out. We pick her up. She's still not speaking to us. Obviously now we know because she doesn't have a tongue anymore.
Right.
That she cut out with a steak knife, then stabbed herself all over, whatever. So we get her in the ambulance. We're waiting to figure out where the helicopter's going to land. And we're like, there's something we're missing. There's something we're missing. Her vitals were kind of weird. She didn't have that much blood loss. We're like, what are we missing? And she was kind of a larger person. And we had her pick her neck up, and she had cut her throat open, and you could see her trachea.
That's crazy.
Oh my God.
And so we were like, okay. Now, we were like, I don't know what we can do. You couldn't lay her flat because as soon as she was flat, she lost her airway. So we had to have her sitting up. I think, if I recall correctly, we met the helicopter somewhere, and they just took him to the hospital because they were like, we got to stabilize this. And I remember that was the first person I put an IO in who was conscious, looking at me, put an IO in her leg. And it was crazy. I was just staring at her. She was staring at me, and I drilled into her leg, and she had no reaction. And I was like, what the fuck?
I heard that part doesn't hurt. It's the
flushing. I mean, I did that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she?
Oh, sorry. And the weird part, that all happened. I was like, damn, that was crazy. That was the craziest thing ever. Moving on with medic class, I ended up doing a rotation at the psych facility up north. And I was like walking around the psych department with my whoever person that I was assigned to, the nurse. And this woman who had cut out her tongue walks by me. And I was like, turned white. Thought I was like, saw a ghost.
Yeah.
Right.
And I like look at the nurse and I was like, I thought she was dead. Like I had no idea she lived. And she was like, oh yeah, she's here. And I was like, can she talk? And she was like, no, not really.
That is like, I think that's worse than like slipping when you pull the trigger, right? Like when you self-mutilate yourself.
I don't think she was trying to kill herself.
Oh, really?
I think she was severely like schizophrenic.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. So I think she
Okay.
just like attacked herself. She was just like,
That's crazy.
yeah.
That must
Like-
have been so scary though when you thought it was somebody else and they were just like around.
Yeah.
Like that's horrifying.
Yeah, we were like, we need to get out of here. Like, there's someone here that like stabbed this woman, and we were
Right.
all like, get out, get out, get out. And then like, I remember the medic came out and he like showed me the picture, and I don't know like how I made the connection, but I like looked at the picture and I was like, oh, like she did that.
Do you think she recognized you, or do you think she was in such a state that she probably didn't notice?
When
it
I
was
saw her
you?
at the hospital,
Yeah.
I don't think she would, because she just walked right by me.
I feel like there's also no way.
There's
like,
no way.
yeah.
She wasn't in her right mind at all. And I mean, the eerie part was she had this like big scar across her neck, and I was like, oh my god.
Like, I would have probably been like the first thing in my brain would have been like picturing her standing there, but with everything open back up. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it actually, like, oddly, I mean, I assume it's just, like, what the human body does, but she did a lot of, like, all the cuts that she made, like, she wasn't bleeding like crazy. So, like, even, like, her neck that she cut, like, it had definitely, like, retracted on itself. Like, all these things had kind of, like, shut back. Like, we only noticed it because we had her pick her, we were, like, poking around. But, you know, it wasn't like she was just, like, sloppy meat everywhere.
That's crazy.
Yeah, anyway, that's my one.
That's really crazy.
That is one of the crazier ones I've ever heard.
Right. Like,
If not the craziest. Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I remember when I was getting my nose pierced, like however many years ago, the lady who was like piercing my septum was like, tell me the craziest thing you've ever seen. And I usually don't usually drop that story on people who are not in EMS, but I was like adrenaline rushing because I was like, this is gonna
Right.
hurt. And I was like, I just told her, and she was like, what the fuck? And then she like pierced my nose, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, all right.
What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
That's insane.
That's some TV show shit
Right,
right,
that
there.
is,
That's like
definitely.
horror movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still remember her name. Yeah, crazy. I know. And then I got to go back to medic class, and everyone like every week would be like, "What did you see this week?" And I was like,
Well.
"Well,
Everybody
me
sit down
tell
for
you.
a second.
yeah."
That's.
I know. I feel like I should have like prepped you for that.
No, I mean, I'm just like I'm trying to imagine it. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Is she like back around this area? Do you know or anything?
I have
like
no
that?
idea.
You have no
I don't know.
idea.
The last time I saw her, she was in the psych facility. She was admitted there. They were like, "We're gonna keep her here for a bit."
Very-
She might be there still.
Yeah,
That
probably.
wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
If
look at the
she's-
I
battery
mean, that was
phone.
in like 2019, I think.
Okay, so it was a
Yeah.
while ago.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So every episode we do a little segment called "Oh, you got a rider tonight."
What the f?
I hate that sound effect so fucking much.
I love it.
I fucking hate it.
So, so we kind of do like a crazy story again, but like one that involves a rider.
Okay.
It could be like an EMT student, paramedic student, orientee, anything like that.
Okay. Yeah. I have one. I don't know like how involved the rider was. There was a rider there.
There was a rider.
There was a rider there. This was back when I was an EMT riding with my paramedic partner, and we got a call for an MVA, a semi that flipped on its side or something like that. And it was in the winter, and it was we went out to the call, and there was a semi truck that was actually turned out to be like carrying a ton of milk. It was like I don't know things, but it had milk in it. Okay.
That could be a hazardous condition.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So we had but we had a student with us who was not like an orientee. It was like
Like a New Dawn?
Like a New
student?
Vision.
Okay,
Yeah,
New
yeah,
Vision,
yeah. And
New Dawn.
they were like 15. What's New Dawn?
New Dawn.
Why do I know what that is?
Because it's a drug and alcohol.
Yeah, yeah. They weren't from that. No, they were from
Rehab.
it was a New Vision student, I think, and they were like they were a kid.
Yeah. Like high school kids.
Yeah, so we get out there. It's winter. I think we have a helicopter on the way at that point because it sounded bad. And this giant truck. I guess it wasn't a semi, but it was like a big truck carrying milk. The milk was like pouring out of the truck, going down this hill into this house, which just is like awful in itself for like the homeowner. I always thought, I was like,
Right.
damn, that sucks. But the cab of the truck, like filled up with snow. And so the driver was like in the cab, he was entrapped, and it was just like snow in there. And we had our like New Vision student who was like standing, and we were like, get this, get that. And they were just like deer in the headlights, like so scared. And I was like, we're gonna dig out this guy. So we're like with our hands like digging out the cab, pulling snow out. And I just remember the student like just got back in the ambulance, was like, I'm out.
Take me back.
I'm out. Yeah. So we luckily like the way it worked out, we got him out at the same time. Like the helicopter landed in the middle of the road, got him in the helicopter. They took him, whatever. He ended up being fine. And then on Valentine's Day, he mailed me and my partner chocolate.
That's
I
awesome.
was like, thanks for saving my
It's
life.
really
But that
nice.
student, though, is probably
Yeah,
at that
they were,
same
like,
mental hospital that you saw your other patient at.
Yeah, I remember like the helicopter took off and we were like all adrenaline. We were like, that was awesome. And she was just like, I think we're like, get out. You want to come out and see the helicopter? She was like, no,
I'm
no,
good.
I'm done.
I actually kind of, and I know we usually have our guests tell the stories about this, but I kind of have the same kind of story with a New Vision student. I think they call them that. It's all over the place. This is at the other agency I worked at, but we went for a motorcycle versus car, and the dude's leg was like cut really bad. Like his artery was just like cut. And the fire department that was on scene normally doesn't do EMS, but they do like rescue, right? They don't run EMS calls. And every time they were doing compressions, it was literally like squirting out of his leg. And this student, again, like a high schooler, like gets on scene with us and sees this, and we just throw the guy in the back of our ambulance, and we're trying to hold pressure on his leg and like do compressions. And he didn't really make it. I don't believe he made
He
it.
didn't really make it.
What is really? What's the in between?
Anyway, so like we drop him off at the hospital. We didn't even go to the trauma center because he was that bad. We just dropped him off at the hospital, and afterwards, my partner looks at me and goes, "Hey, you want to go get meatball subs from Subway?" And she was like, "Can you take me back to the station?" And that was the last we saw of her.
It's not for everyone.
No, and I can't believe they sent high school kids to like ride with us.
No,
Like it's not cool.
Yeah, they got to be
There's
like
a lot
18.
this week. I was looking at the schedule here. There's a lot this week.
They got to be like 18.
I have like mixed opinions on that because on one hand, I think it's important to show these kids another viable career option. Like, oh, you can do this. Like, this is an option. But on the other hand, yeah, some of them are just not meant to be doing this.
Right, and like, is it like a scared straight tactic? Also, like, hey, look what you're getting your license soon. Don't be driving like an idiot because this is what's going to happen.
I kind of think that they should maybe they do. I don't know, but maybe they should have. I assume they take a class or something beforehand.
I don't know.
Like, don't you think they should have something they sit through and like maybe they show them really traumatic stuff? And if during that they're like getting squeamish, maybe we don't send them to ride at the agency.
Right, that's kind of crazy.
That probably is the ideal solution to it, but they probably don't do
They're
that.
just like,
usually,
yeah,
there you
right.
go.
No, it's so
Yeah.
much fun. You'll see a lot of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, has EMS like changed your outlook or aspects of anything in your personal life or life?
Yeah, I think a big thing for me that this is going to come off really pretentious. I do not mean it to, but I've like realized, particularly in healthcare, but really all professions, that like people actually have no idea what they're doing. And I'm not talking about like EMS exactly, because like, we don't do, but I'm talking about like when I was little, I used to think like doctors are like top of the food, like they know everything. Like I can go to the doctor and I trust them, they know. And now that I like see doctor, I'm like, they don't know what they're doing. Like I go to the doctor now and I'm like, you don't really know like what. Right. You're like looking this up on Google.
Right.
And I feel that way, not just healthcare, but I feel like we see it primarily in healthcare where I like go to the hospital now and like, I'm not saying I know exactly what you should be doing as a doctor, but I'm just like, I don't think you actually know what you're doing. And I used to think that like, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
I think that's like part of adulthood at all, like you think every adult knows what they're doing. or like even like if you're a kid, you would see even like an EMT basic as some sort of authority figure. I'm looking up medications on my phone as you're telling me. I'm sitting there typing that shit in, like
spell checking shit.
But I do think that there are adults now that still think like they're doctors or like they know stuff. They know everything. They're like the, and I'm like, no.
Do you think that's for better or for worse? Because I do feel like maybe.
No, it's bad. I didn't say it was a good outlook to have.
No, because on one hand, I see how that can be like a little bit of like a dogmatic, cynical, like, you know.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, it's like, I don't know. It's either like you're aware and you have kind of a reality check, or you're ignorant, but you're happier. So which is better, really?
Yeah, I will never be ignorant and happier, I don't think, about anything. I'm definitely cynical. I don't know. I wish I didn't feel that way, but I do. And now, like, you know, like my parents would be like, oh, we went to the doctor. I'm like, yeah, they didn't know. They didn't know. I don't even know what they told you. It was like, probably wrong.
It's like when the family member hands you like a bag of like medications and they're like, these are the medications. And they start listing them off and like half of them you're like, huh?
Yeah.
Like, I don't.
Yeah. So.
Just nod and say, yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
that one. I know that one. Let's look it up later.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking it up there. I'm on my Apple Watch. Just
I'll ask. I'll be like, and what's that for?
Right.
I don't know.
It's like 15 syllables long. And I don't know.
Yeah, that came across as me thinking that like we don't know anything. I didn't mean us.
Obviously, never us.
Not us.
Right, like adults in general, like
adults
like
in
what
general.
Abby was saying.
Everyone's faking it. Fake it till you make it.
Like what Abby was saying, like when you're a kid, like you think like adults know everything, and then you become an adult, and you're like, I don't know shit.
Yeah, I don't know why I feel like working in EMS. I noticed that so much more.
Because we deal with the public.
Yeah, I'm like nobody knows anything.
I think when you have a job where your entire thing is you see people at their absolute worst, like cynicism is inevitable. Like there's no way you're gonna like dodge it.
Yeah, no, that's a fair point. Yeah.
But we all know what we're doing. It's fine.
But I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
So.
Us three in this room specifically.
I mean, I've been doing a good job faking it for 16 years. I mean,
it's all about confidence.
Right, it is.
Yeah.
So other than work, what do you do for a hobby? Like, I mean, I think I know what you do for a hobby, but why don't you tell us?
Because I tried to force it on you.
Yes.
I do a few things. I like to read and write and garden, and I assume what you're getting at is run.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm currently training for a 50K.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't even want to do a 5K again.
I know, it's so dumb. Yeah, I mean the reason is because I ran a marathon last year, and I think that's just because like that's what millennials end up doing because they're bored or something. I don't know, but then like. A marathon is 26.2 miles and a 50K is only 31. So I was like, oh, I can.
Only 31.
I can do that.
Diabolical. Oh my God.
So Mel and another coworker forced me to do a 5K over the winter, and I died doing that. I couldn't imagine doing 31.
Nobody forced you to do that. Nobody forced you.
But you're going to do it again. You said so, didn't you?
I did. And she just sent me a message about one. I asked my wife, and she's like, it's like a month away. I have no time to train.
Oh, so. I thought you were just pretending I never sent that to you.
No.
I found this race coming up in Ithaca, and it's like an evening. I was like, Mike could do that.
When did you sent it to me like Friday, right? I don't remember. But the last couple of days have been like a blur to me. So
okay,
it's been a rough week.
Everyone's gonna start surprise FaceTiming you, being like, "Hey, about that 5K, get on it."
Right? Nope. I wouldn't mind doing another one. I've been so busy and I haven't trained. And,
Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, 2 jobs and training for 50K. It's hard.
And let's talk about something that came up in one of our other podcasts. I was talking about doing a trail rescue at one point, and my partner thought it was funny that I was struggling. So Mel's that partner. So do you want to talk about that at all? Do you want to?
No way.
What, defend myself? I didn't think it was funny you were struggling. I just took a video so you could look back later and,
It was actually a wake-up call for you.
Look how fat I was.
I did not say anything like that. I don't even remember how far that hike was.
I don't know. I think it was like...
It was not that far.
Half a mile. It wasn't even that far.
Yeah, but it was hot.
It was so
and we had to
hot
carry
that
all
day.
of our equipment, and you were just bitching. So
I know. I wasn't really struggling. I was just bitching about it.
Yeah, so I took a video.
Are you sure you weren't really struggling?
What do you think? Was I really struggling?
Let's watch the video.
Is this where you like cut in the video?
I mean, I could, but nobody's going to see the video.
Right.
Let's know
You can
what
hear
we
it.
can.
No, you weren't struggling too bad.
I got to the patient, and we got the patient out, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, and luckily we didn't have to carry the patient out.
Or myself.
Or you.
Right.
If it makes you feel any better, I look like I should be in shape. And if I walk up a hill, my heart rate's 180 and I'm dying.
All right, I'm going to say this. We got out to the patient. I really wanted to sit down next to him because we had to wait. What did we wait for? Oh, we waited for him. He was like hot, and we're like, all right, just sit here in the shade for a minute, catch yourself, and we'll try to walk out. I remember that. I would have sat down next to him, but there's a lot of bees, and I don't like bees, so I did not. I kept myself ready just in case I had to run.
There were a lot of bees. I do kind of remember that now. Yeah, I remember waiting for the fire department came in with us and they brought their mule or something.
Yeah.
What did they bring in?
The one-wheeled stretcher.
Yeah, the
whatever
little
that
wheelbarrow
is.
that they have.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was
Were
like,
you like, I'm actually going to ride in that.
that's for
Right.
Mike.
Right. No, they didn't use it. I was thinking about it.
No, it's what happens on so many trail rescues where the patient's like, I'll walk out with you guys. I'm fine after we hike all the way in. That happens all the time.
Right.
And I'm like,
And then we got to the ambulance, and he sat in there for a few minutes, and then he's like, "Yeah, I don't need that.
I'm gonna go home now."
Yeah. And he signed off and got his car, drove away, and we're like, "What?"
this happens all the time. Truly. I'm like, maybe sit for a good 20 minutes and think about it before you call.
Right.
I don't want to say that because then you're waiting out your heart attack.
The one gorge rescue I actually had, I had to carry this bitch out.
Oh.
It pissed me off so bad. But my POTS wasn't super bad even a couple years ago. So I could, and I wasn't super dizzy. If I had to do that now, forget about it.
We
But
don't let you do
pissed me
anything
off.
crazy on calls anymore.
I think sometimes I actually do have to because there's no one else there. But I am kind of well, fingers crossed.
Right. I remember when I first started working that one call.
Yeah. Thank you for bringing it up.
I didn't. I just said.
Yeah, I didn't realize I had POTS at the time, so it was
Yeah.
kind of a spooky thing. But I realize that now, and I can't really do anything about it. But sometimes my blood pressure will just drop to a 70 systolic, and that's just a fun little surprise.
Hello.
That's why you have the fire department.
Right.
Amen.
So, you got any cool life goals? What do you Obviously, you're running this thing. You got anything else?
Oh, that's not a life goal.
No?
That's just
To me,
a
it would be.
thing I'm doing. Right. That's it, and then I'm good.
Right.
Check that off. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of, I don't even want to share this. No, I'm kind of writing, I'm half kind of writing a potential book, kind of. It'll probably never get done, but it would be cool if I could finish that, and then if it could get published, and then I wouldn't have to work again. I know that's not how that works.
I mean, that's how I feel about this podcast.
Yeah.
I just, I wanted to go somewhere so I don't have to work anymore.
Is it a novel, or is it a...
Yeah. Yeah.
I won't make you share more than that, because you clearly don't want to.
Please,
But that was just a question.
Actually, really don't want to get into it. But I have been writing this thing for a bit, and I was like, that'd be really cool if that actually got finished at some point and did something with it. But
In an hour, she's going to turn around and be like, "Hey, Mike, can you edit that out about the book thing?"
no, it's okay. It's all right. I mean, I've been working on it for a while, so it'll probably still be a while.
I will probably read one page when it comes out.
Are you not?
I'm not a reader.
You're not a reader, or you don't want to read what I write?
No, I'm not a reader.
Okay.
Somebody offered me to be in a book club one time, and I'm like,
who would do that?
Was it this one?
Who would do that?
the only reason why I considered it because there's a lot of drinking apparently.
It's a drinking club, and we call it a book club. Sometimes we actually talk about the book, though. I usually try to steer it back to the book, and by that point, there's no saving it.
The only book I'm reading when I'm drinking is a menu.
I was actually gearing up to make a joke about how you can't read because you're from Elmira.
I didn't go to school in Elmira. I lived in the suburbs of Elmira, the better area.
Oh, but that's still Elmira.
No, it's not. It's Horseheads.
You went to school, though, right?
Yes, yes, I went to school.
Okay.
But not in Elmira.
Okay.
This is the one time I wish that we had video going because the way that Mel looked at Mike.
Wow. I mean, obviously, I went to school. I'm here.
Yeah, AMT school.
Yeah.
That doesn't count.
Yeah. Anyway, other than the book, do you have any other life goals or anything like that?
No, I feel like I'm pretty big into like I do stuff while I'm enjoying it, and then when I'm done with it, I move on. So I don't have like and then I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do this. I'm just like I'm enjoying what I'm doing right now. At some point, I'll probably be like, all right, time to do something else.
What's an example of one of the things that you were like, all right, that was fun, moving on?
I think that, I mean, we don't have to really get into this. This is a whole other conversation. But I think like I was doing this full time for a while, and I was like, all right, I need to be doing something else now. I mean, I still like it a lot, but I was like, I need to be doing it less. So
I totally understand that.
yeah, I mean, you did the same thing, right?
Right,
So
yeah.
I did it less, and now I'm enjoying it doing it less, and I'm doing something else that I enjoy right now. So
Right. Yeah, I did it about the same amount and did something else.
yeah,
And then I came back to doing this more. So
you never know.
you never know.
I will say the one thing about this job is it kind of makes you realize how like ephemeral life is. So it is kind of nice to have that reminder of, oh, like I'm just gonna do what I want because like you never know.
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely like left EMS and went and did like a normal job and then hated it. Like working 5 days a week was just not my thing.
Yeah, that's hard.
I love my 2 days a week. Well, I work more than 2 days a week, but I don't have to.
Yeah, I mean, when I worked at the hospital in Colorado, I worked 9 to 5, and then I worked here for however many years, and now I'm working a 9 to 5 again, and here every weekend. But I don't know what that'll end up looking like.
Right.
So
All right. So at the end of all of our episodes, we always do a music recommendation. Are you a big music listener?
yeah,
I think everybody is. Like I think
Not
that's the most
everybody.
I'm pretty sure that liking music is like maybe the most ubiquitous thing ever. Like that's like
yeah. I think you're like kind
Yeah.
of weird if you're like not really like.
and actually
music.
I find people more interesting when they're like, I don't care about music. I'm like, oh, you freak. I want to know more
Yeah,
about
that's-
you.
that's
Like that's
odd.
way more interesting.
it's like
Right.
sociopath behavior.
I definitely had a partner one time. I put music on. He's like, I don't listen to music. Can you turn that off? And I was like, what?
See, that's so crazy.
Yeah, that's
like,
creepy.
that's way more interesting than like, oh yeah, I like music. Everybody likes
Just sit in
music.
silence.
But like, I'm gonna ask you to turn it off is crazy.
Yeah. So, what do you got for a music rec?
I'm a big Led Zeppelin fan. I think one of my favorites that I've been listening to a lot all the time is When the Levee Breaks. That's my song right now.
That's awesome. I love Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
This is all going on a playlist, by the way. Once we hit like a certain number, I guess I'll post it somewhere on the
cool.
EMS and Bowling Facebook page.
Cool.
What about you, Abby? What do you got tonight?
I am going to a Black Keys concert this week because it's my birthday. So I'm going to go with The Night Before by the Black Keys. It's a fun one.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Nice. I think mine is, I heard it the other day and it's been a long time since I heard the song, and it's going to be 311 Amber.
311 is a pull.
Mel's over there like, I
fuck
have no
with it.
idea what this is. It's a good song. You should listen to it.
Okay. I don't
Okay.
really like music, so.
Whatever. So speaking of your birthday,
Yeah.
I realized it's the 7th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, how do you know that?
I don't know.
Whoa.
What was
I have never brought that up in this company before.
something? I think it was like Facebook or something. Like
That would make sense.
was like notified. Like I think I pulled up your messages or something. Anyway, my wife's birthday is also the 7th.
Oh.
So this is
For some reason, it's a very common birthday. I've
Right.
met like a lot of people whose birthday is May 7th. I don't know, like I would have to do the math on what 9 months before that was, but I don't think it's anything crazy.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I've met a lot of people who were born May 7th.
It was really easy for me to remember because at my other job we used 5 codes, and the 5 code for 5/7, which would be May 7th, is a refusal or a canceled. So
Amen. Amen. All the
so
5/7s
I
are
always-
real ones.
Right. I always was like, my favorite thing is saying like, no, we got a 5754, which means refusal canceled. And then I met my wife, and she's like, "Yeah, my birthday is May 7th." And I'm like, 5/7, 5/7, 5/7. I love it. I'll always remember your birthday. Well, on that note, Mel, thank you for coming on. And if you ever want to come on again, we will gladly have you on.
Thanks.
Anything else, Abby?
Sorry, I'm still laughing at the I don't listen to music thing.
There's like a silence. Actually, let's get back. I have a kind of a small story about that. So I used to drive tractor trailer, right? And the guy who trained me was a very old. He wasn't old. He was like late 50s, early 60s when he was training me. So this is a long time ago for me. Like I was in my early 20s, and he did not listen to music while he was driving the truck, which I thought was weird. But he listened to a lot of talk radio, right?
Sure.
And one thing he listened to was Coast to Coast in the middle of the night, which if anybody's ever listened to that show, it is super weird. And like we would have to do deliveries in the middle of the night when nobody was around at like random places. And Coast to Coast is all about paranormal activity and UFOs and like all this other shit. And it's on an AM channel. And it was like scratchy, and like they would be talking about like aliens and like abducting people, and people would call in and tell their stories. And it would really freak me out. But he wouldn't listen to music. He would just listen to that.
See, that's way more interesting than people who like music. It's just, I'm actually only going to listen to this at night.
Right.
Other than that, don't play anything.
And it's still a show. Like you can still find it on AM channel. Like it's still there.
Coast to coast.
Coast to Coast, yeah.
I can't do any of that. We talked about that. I can't fuck with it anymore.
It
We
probably
did
keeps
talk
him
about
awake while driving.
Right.
That's
he's
actually
so
a good point,
scared.
yeah.
So he's like, so, all right. On that note, we will cut it out for this week. What is so funny?
Nothing.
You.
I don't.
This is a great episode. We'll
This
see you
was
guys
weird.
next time.
All right, that'll do it for another episode of EMS and Bowling. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and follow button. You can find us on YouTube, Spotify, and Amazon Music. Check out our Facebook page to get latest updates on episodes and new content that's coming out. And until next week, thank you again.